What's up? It's Karen San Diego, and today I'm officially 1 week post-op. In honor of being 1 week post-op, I went ahead and weighed myself today, so stay tuned to the end of this video to see what my current weight is. First and foremost, I just want to thank everybody who has been watching my VSG videos, liking them, commenting, sharing them, messaging me, all of that. I just want to say I really genuinely appreciate you coming on camera and sharing something that is like so personal. It wasn't an easy decision to make, but seeing this like outpouring of love and community, and heavy on the community, the VSG community is such a important and like strong community, and I've felt that so overwhelmingly in the past few days that I've been sharing my journey. So for everybody who has been a part of that, I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate it. It's making me feel so, outside of my family who have been extremely supportive in this, I also have this community here on YouTube and on Instagram, and it has been amazing just to feel so supported in something that is very difficult to do. Not only very difficult to do, but very difficult to share and open yourself up to criticism. So yes, I just wanted to make sure I start this video by saying thank you. I've gotten a lot of questions here on YouTube, on Instagram, and like in my personal life about how I've been doing. So I wanted to start off this weigh-in video. I will be weighing myself at the end, but I want to start off the video by answering a few questions and going through day by day what the recovery has been like for 1 week. So kind of like a 1 week recap. And then I have notes on my phone. So if you see me looking down at my notes, that's what I'm doing. I wrote notes so I wouldn't forget anything. So yeah, let's get into week 1. So day one, that is surgery day. So day one, after surgery, you know, in recovery, sleeping, by the time I woke up and my husband was able to meet up with me, I wasn't in pain. I was just sleepy. So no pain yet. I wasn't feeling gas pain. I wasn't feeling incision pain. I just was feeling so sleepy that like literally there was points where I'd be awake, but I couldn't open my eyes. So like I would just be like you can see it if you go back and watch my surgery day video. You can see certain clips where like my husband is talking to me and my eyes are completely closed. And I was awake, but completely closed, because that whole entire day I was like in a state of exhaustion. I don't know. I believe it was like the anesthesia wearing off, which is kind of weird because like I've had anesthesia before and never had that kind of reaction to it. Like I was sleepy for an entire day and not asleep for an entire day. So no pain on day 1. Then on day 2, that is when I was discharged from the hospital. I only spent 1 night in the hospital. On day 2, I went home, and that is when the pain starts. So on day 2, even from before I went home, when I woke up in the hospital that day, that's when I started feeling the gas pain. And it was, I would say honestly, it was pretty intense. A pretty intense gas pain. Not the kind of gas pain though that like you'd be accustomed to. Like before surgery, people told me a lot that I would be feeling gas pain, and I assumed it would be like the normal gas pain you get in your stomach when like you need to fart or something like that. But no, it wasn't that. The gas pain was mostly like in my chest, which was concerning because I kept thinking like, oh my God, am I having a heart attack? Like, what is this? But the nurse reassured me that that was just gas. So it would be like in my chest, and then it would shoot up to my shoulders. So I started feeling that pretty intensely in the hospital. And then as I was going home, in the middle of like transitioning home to like being home, I started feeling a little bit of incision pain on this day as well. And this pain wasn't intense, but it was just, I just hadn't felt it yet. Surprisingly though, I have about 5 incisions. The ones on my actual like belly are really tiny, but then my biggest incision, which is where they pulled my stomach out from, my doctor actually hid that one in my belly button, so it's not visible. But that's my most painful incision because it's the one where like the work actually happened. I believe the other incisions were like where they put cameras and lights and the gas went in there from there. But the biggest incision where they actually were using to like pull out my stomach is my stomach, so that one started to hurt. And then when going home, the worst pain on day 2 was going home, being in the car. So in the car, every like bump the car went over, I felt it, and it felt like my organs were like flying out of my body every single time. Like no lie, it was horrible that day. from that kind of pain. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, the pain on day 2 was probably like an 8, 7 or 8. Once I got home, I was sleeping. I fell asleep. I also at this point was like, you know what, I can't even avoid taking pain meds at this point because I'm the type of person that will avoid taking a pain med. I will not take pain meds. I will thug it out. But no, this was not a thug it out type of situation. I took pain meds when I got home and I went to sleep, and I was in and out of sleep for that entire day. Also because I was in and out of sleep that entire day, I wasn't getting as much fluids down as I should have, but also going to sleep was the way to not be in that kind of pain. So I slept for most of day 2. Day 3. So day 3, things started to get better. I still had gas pain, but it wasn't as intense as it was on day 2. And by day 3, I started like walking around my apartment. So I just like would literally just like walk in circles around my apartment, just to kind of get the gas going. Also, that helps with digesting liquids. I realized that if I was sitting and drinking, I wasn't able to drink as much as if I was drinking and walking around. So I would drink a little bit, get up, walk around. Drink a little bit, get up, walk around. And that was mostly water and protein water. By day 3, I had not tried broth yet, and I had tried like broth like from the supermarket, but it wasn't working out for me. And I had not tried protein shakes yet on day 3. So I was drinking mostly water, like regular water, and protein water, not very much of it though. By day 4, that's when day 4 felt like a breakthrough. The gas pain was basically completely gone at this point. The incision pain was no longer a pain as much as it was like a discomfort. And at this point, the incisions started to get itchy. So it was uncomfortable because the incisions were itching me a lot. And then the one in my belly button was just a little bit tender. The other ones still were painless. I had no sensation in those ones. Belly button was tender and all the incisions were itchy at this point, but no pain. I no longer needed pain meds by day 4. Day 1, 2, and 3, I needed pain meds definitely to sleep. I wasn't taking them throughout the day once I was home, but every time I went to sleep, I took pain meds on day 1, 2, and 3. By day 4, pain meds were gone. I stopped using them. I didn't need them to sleep. I didn't need them to do anything. Day 3 was also the day that I noticed that I was having a lot of difficulty sleeping. And it wasn't like because I was in pain like the days before. It was because I was having a hard time finding a comfortable position to sleep in, because you can't sleep on your stomach. And then when you sleep on your side, it's not painful, but for some reason, I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but when I sleep on my side, even still now, it's like I can feel my stomach like pressure being put on my stomach, and it's not painful, but it's uncomfortable. So the only way I can sleep is on my back. But I'm gonna say a person that normally when I go to sleep, I toss and turn until I find a proper position. But because I only could sleep on my back, I wasn't able to do that. So that was causing me discomfort and not letting me sleep. The one thing that did help a little bit is that I have an adjustable bed frame. So I can push my bed up, like recline and incline my bed. So that helped get me in a little bit of an upright position. I still cannot sleep flat on the bed. So being able to adjust my bed was really useful. If you don't have an adjustable bed, I would recommend doing like maybe propping some pillows up behind your bed, behind your like back and head, or maybe one of those like, they have like these sponges I know that are like inclined to help you with stuff like that. But definitely sleeping. And still to this day, since I've been home, have not got a really good full night's sleep. I'm extremely uncomfortable sleeping. So I'm hoping that ends soon because I like my sleep. And then also on this stage, see, day 4 is eventful. Also on this stage, I started going outside and like walking outside, like going to the supermarket, running errands, things like that. Obviously with my husband because I can't carry anything, but going outside nevertheless. And I would notice that when I'm outside, I'm getting winded and like really fatigued really, really quickly. This is also probably why, I'm not at work. I'm on medical leave from work right now. And I noticed that if I was at work, I'd be passing out. Like there's no way that I can be up and active for extended periods of time right now. Cause like doing the smallest errand, like literally walking for more than a few minutes, I'm fatigued and I'm tired and I feel ill. So walking is great, but in moderation, like take breaks. I think what I would say to do. But just walking straight through and not giving yourself time to rest, for me anyway, that has been really, really difficult. And that's still today. I went outside yesterday and still had the same issue. So very, very fatigued if I'm walking for more than a couple of minutes. Day 5 to 7, I would say were honestly pretty uneventful. Like not too much happened on day 5 to 7. The major changes on 5 to 7 were that car rides no longer were uncomfortable. On days 5 to 7, I was able to get in the car and the car goes over bumps and I was not affected by that in any way. I felt normal. I would say that I literally feel like I have like an itchy stomach, but nothing feels painful. I feel fine. And because of that, sometimes I'll forget that I can't do certain things. Like I'll go to bend down and then realize, oh, I can't bend. Like I'm not like on days 1 to 4, it was clear. I remembered that I couldn't do those things because I was still feeling pain. But now I feel fine. I feel pretty normal. So it's easy to forget not to bend, not to carry anything, because I really genuinely feel really, really good. And I'm so happy for that because I've heard horror stories of people feeling horrible for weeks, but I feel great. Day 5 to 7, however, also was the first time that I started craving food. And this I feel like is just the food addiction talking, because I still to this day have absolutely no sense of hunger. Like I'm never hungry. Sometimes I just want food. Like I'll be sitting here and be like, fried chicken would be so good right now. But like I know that I cannot eat it. So I fight the urge. And then also like I have to feed my daughter, so I cook for her and I'm looking at the food and I'm like, I really wonder what that tastes like. Or like my husband's eating something and I'm like, oh, that looks good. But like I just kind of, every time that happens, I just go get some broth. Sad life. Yeah, I just go get some broth and eat the broth and just think, okay, in another week I can introduce soft foods and then I can have some tuna fish. And as like not exciting as tuna is right now, I'm really looking forward to eating some tuna. All right, so that is days 1 through 7, and now I'm so excited to take you guys with me to weigh in to see where my progress is, to see how much I weigh now. So without further ado, let's see how much I weigh. All right, so as you guys can see, I am now officially 249 pounds, which is crazy to me. Remember, I was 262 pounds the day of surgery, which means that in 7 days since surgery, I have already lost 13 pounds, which is crazy to me. It's only been 7 days. I've already lost 13 pounds. And like, I just feel so happy. I feel so proud. I feel so excited to see like how else I can progress. Even I know that like stalls are a thing, but I'm not worried about them. Like I know that I'll push through those too, but just seeing already, it's so gratifying to get on the scale and see the numbers dropping so quickly. Like it's like, oh, I did this for a reason. I can see it. So I'm so excited to continue on this journey and see how quickly, or quickly is not even the goal, but seeing how I can get to my goal. And my goal right now, I'd love to be around 160 to 175 pounds. My first goal, I like to set my goals in like segments, just so that like I can celebrate myself more often. So my first goal is just to get under 200 pounds to be able to get to Wonderland. So yeah, so I have 49 pounds to go to get to Wonderland. I'm so excited about that. And I'm so excited to take you guys along on this journey with me. If you are a VSG what should we call this? VSG goodies? I don't know. VSG, I don't know. If you had VSG, go ahead and comment below. Let me know where you're at in your journey, or if you're getting this surgery, let me know what you're most excited about for this journey. Or if you're just here to support, just drop an emoji. Let me know you're here. Give me a heart emoji. Show me that you're here supporting, even if you're not on this journey for surgery. Yeah, just show me some love in the comments. That really helps boost my channel and get YouTube to recommend my channel to more people. And if you have not already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Hit the notification bell so you do not miss an upload from me. And until next time, I will see you in my next video.
Where in the world is Karen San Diego? From BK to Belly, it's anywhere she say so. She changing your life, can see it straight through her eyes. And sister